Okay. So, yes, welcome once again. So our host this morning is ready on call, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome her, together with the rest of her team, the Amazing Stars, to share with us their training, or to share with us their session this morning as we get into our weekend training. I was going to say that this is the lady I met a year ago, sorry, just 1 year ago. And I've been able to see her grow right from the time she was a distributor up to the point where she is right now as an emerald director that has also been able to help other people become directors in her team. We are very, very proud of the Amazing Stars, and we hope that as you take us through this session this morning, you'll be a blessing to all of us. Thank you very much for accepting to host us this morning. At this particular moment, I will invite and call upon you, Stella, Miss Stella Nambaziira, to please introduce yourself, share with us a bit of your story, and then you can go ahead and involve the rest of the team. You are very welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope a bit clear. Please let me know.
Yes, you are very clear.
I'm using my phone. Okay. And maybe because of that, I might not show my video, or maybe let me try very, very briefly. I don't know if it will be clear and visible. Okay, so I'm called Stella Nambaziira. I'm a member of, I'm a proud student of Neolife, and also a member of Amazing Stars. I'm a Ugandan, and Neolife came to me about 4 years. I think it's even coming 5 now. 4.5 years ago. I take it as a blessing that at that point I was going through a challenge, and that the solution that came through was actually Neolife. So on this one day when I had a young child, at that time the child was 3 months old, he had a challenge, a skin challenge around his private area, and we had failed to get a conclusive solution to the problem. And this is after we had gone to so many medical practitioners and used what you'd call good medicine that was given at that time, but we didn't really get a solution. The skin irritation and the rashes kept reoccurring, and they were really, really bad, to the extent that the child was struggling to sleep in the night and was always crying. And it was visibly very painful. So as I shared the challenge I was going through, a friend of mine introduced a lady to me and told me that this lady had some good non-toxic products that I could use to wash the child's clothes and also disinfect them. And because I was actually very desperate, when I was told this, I picked it up very quickly. I got the solution, the Neolife solution. That is, I used G1 and Care at that time. And in a space of about 3 weeks, I started seeing a difference. And cutting the long story short, I actually, the child got better, kept getting better by the day, and this cleared. So it's at this point that I noticed actually these products were very good. I continued to use them for me and my family for a period of about 3 years, both the cleaning products and also the nutritional supplements. And in 2022, towards the close of February, I was approached by one of my uplines. And by then I didn't even understand what the business was all about. And I was encouraged to get into the business. If they showed me the benefits, and I decided to take it on. I thought at that time that I was very busy. Even now, I think I'm very busy. But I made a decision that let me try this. I made Neolife my challenge for 2022. And with the overwhelming support that I got from my uplines, it became a very interesting business, something I don't regret having actually taken on, because I have benefited in so many ways. Of course, the very first one being the health bit of it. Like I told you, my child got better, my other children got better. We no longer go to hospital unless it's really, but we take a bit of time without visiting. Yet we used to have very many visits to the hospital. That particular child also used to wheeze. And for me, with giving the child things like Vita Squares and VitaGuard and salmon oil, the episodes of wheezing stopped in, I think, about last year, beginning of the year. So we have not gone to hospital. It's very, unbelievable. And yet we used to go so frequently. I have also made quite a number of friends that I would never have met. Friends that are not only in one jurisdiction, Uganda, but in various places. So that alone, that social capital you get from Neolife, you can never find it anywhere. Well, I had not found it anywhere. I've been able to increase my financial status. Yeah, I've been able to get money. I've been able to go to places that I thought I would not go to with Neolife. And this juncture, I would want to encourage each of us to prepare in a very big way for the conference in Dar es Salaam. I think it's going to be big and massive and quite interesting. You just can't afford to stay behind. I have been able to reconnect with my friends that I was not able to connect with then. And above all, I have been able to deliver value to people. Health value in situations where someone is almost losing hope, but then as you share the product, as you share the story, as they listen into more and more, they gain the interest and the motivation to use the products and the supplementation, and they get better, and actually their challenge is history. For me, that is quite valuable, and I thank God that I'm able to impact people that way. I've also got lots of capacity development and very many leadership sessions. Sometimes when we are in the places we are, we think we actually know, but there are many things that we don't know. And in this business, I think when you get to know that on a daily basis, you need to unlearn and learn new things, it is one of the pillars that actually takes you far within the business. So that is me. I've been very fortunate to having, in a space of a year, moved from my status of being a distributor to an emerald. I think I'm an emerald director. It is really, I would say I would attribute it to God, but as well as the great team that I work with, that is the people who support us on a daily basis as amazing stars, our uplines, the various people who share on this platform and train us on a daily basis without any hesitation. We do not take that for granted, and we appreciate you so much. I also want to thank the team. The team, you can't work alone as a person in this business if you actually want to grow the business. So this morning, we are going to share myself. I'll come back later, but you're going to hear from someone who is quite phenomenal because of the progress, the speed of progress that she makes, the emphasis she has put on the business, the influence she has had on so many people. It's quite amazing how she has moved in a very short period of time. I think 6 months and maybe slightly more. And she has grown, and she has grown her team from just her being one person in the team to being over 40 in that period of 6 months or 7. She quite inspires me because of our business is about sponsoring, and she has mastered the art of sponsoring. She will not sponsor less than 3 people in a month. In some months, she can go up to 12. So for me, I think that's someone we need to reckon with. And at this juncture, I would want to welcome our very own Zaituni Kakyama, our executive manager, who we are all looking up to become director in a very short time. She is going to share with us her story, but also tell us more about teamwork. Like I told you, in this business, if you want to make progress and grow, you need to work as a team. So Zaituni, I want to welcome you. Please share with us and encourage us and teach us how we can also do as well as you're doing. Thank you very much.
Wow. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's always an honor and a pleasure to have a minute or an opportunity to share the developments and achievements that we keep getting in our lives. And it's again a pleasure to share the little that I've come to learn and unlearn in this beautiful business, this beautiful opportunity that is given to us, non-denominational, non-educational. It doesn't classify anybody. It's an opportunity to all of us as human beings, given to us by a company called Neolife. I'm very grateful to my creator, who has given me a second opportunity or a second chance at life. He gives us an opportunity to live maybe a little longer than our friends and families. Many people have lost their lives, and we are here. My name is Zaituni Kakyama. Zaituni Kakyama is an artist by profession, a teacher by profession, a counselor by practice, and I'm a life and relationships coach here in Uganda. People want to tell me that I'm a famous person, but I just think I'm just a happy person anyway. You will find me on Nassuna Road, that is the printery in Uganda. You will find me in Palm Professional Counselors for your counseling, and you're going to find a brand for coaching called Relate Better. I am a mother. Yes, of course, a wife. I've been married for the last 19 years. I married 6 months after graduation. Yeah, I had led my husband to be then to wait for me for 2 years. And the minute the 2 years were over, I told him, I'm all yours. After 6 months after our graduation, I got married. And we have been blessed with 5 boys and 5 girls. And they are all alive. Where do I find Neolife? Where did I find this opportunity? I found it with a lady, the one who was just speaking, my upline, Stella Nambaziira. And she was just moving around looking for water in a meeting, a business meeting that we were about to start. She wanted to take a sachet of Pro Vitality. Then, of course, I didn't know what it was, but I kind of piqued interest and asked her what she was going to take. What was that then? And she was happy to supply and tell me that she was going to take Pro Vitality, and it's good to keep you healthy, a little younger, vibrant, and a lot with the community. Of course, when she mentioned amongst my children, one of my sons called Ahmad, who is a bit famous here in the Uganda Neolife, or even Neolife as a whole, he was given to me from my creator with a challenge of Downism, and he was meant to grow slowly, which I had gotten used to then when we met with Stella. But when she mentioned that Pro Vitality can help with immunity, I thought I would try because mothers never give up on their children. So I went ahead and tried. Out of Pro Vitality, we were able to start my son on omega-3 and 3NN. He used those products for around 15 days. And he was able to, first of all, get over a challenge or start managing a challenge of mucus that had been on for a very long time, over 3.5 years. He was able to wake up without mucus, which he used to have throughout the night and throughout his days. My son, after that month, that was in July 2022, we again were advised to get him CalMag to assist him get up and walk, because he was about to make 4 years and he hadn't walked. Ahmad used CalMag for, again, 2 weeks, around 2 weeks, 14 or 15 days. And he stood up and walked. I was seated on my table like this, my reading table. And he came and walked to me around 3 steps. He crawled and came to a distance of around 3 steps and he walked to me. And that was around 15th October, because he was born on 30th October. But to me, when I found this, something that helped me and made me a little happier, I am a person who shares good news. Actually, I'm a master at sharing good news. Me, I don't help bad news spread. Actually, out of all the bad news, may I always pick the happier point or the happier part of a sad story. So I started sharing this without permission from anybody. But as I was sharing, because in the beginning you don't share as a person because you don't know too much, you talk to the person who shared with you. So I didn't mention that I was told that I was going to get more information or better information about the products from someone. Then I didn't know that now is my close-up line, Mr. Bogembe Andrew, the one who dissected Neolife. And to me, it clicked right away. It clicked right away. That is why I just stood up and went and shared. But he pulled I don't know if he pulled my veil. He pulled me back and told me, guess what? I've been sharing this for the last 17 years and I've made a lot of money. I told him, okay, so you mean you share and even get money? That's kind of interesting. And he also shared a number of things that were available as we continue sharing this opportunity. So the story has continued to grow. My son is actually here having breakfast. Maybe we'll see him after. But my dad, the last thing that is pushing me even harder, I recently got another testimony that is very close to me. Apart from my brother-in-law who is struggling with cancer, that has used these products and have probably made him a lot better after struggling with cancer for up to stage 4. He is now back in India, and then the examinations show a lot of improvements in a number of areas. And of course, he looks a lot better. My dad, in December, around 10th, he was diagnosed with enlargement of prostate. And his PSA was measured and it was found at 7.8. I had had our major upline, Mr. Kanapulia, say that he had been with a prostate that was at around 7. Now I'm even getting to know more about prostates. The PSA, what does PSA mean? I will ask you, my teammates or my Neolife members, what does it mean? But you need to know because we are sharing this to everybody. So my dad was diagnosed December, with the enlargement of prostate. He has used, I went ahead without, again, consultation. I got him cruciferous, I got him omega-3, I got him zinc and garlic. And this week on Monday, my dad was examined again and his prostate has reduced to 4.4. 4.4 in just around 35 days. So to me, if this is working on my son, and it has gone ahead and worked on my dad. These are the best men in my life. Of course, with my husband, I just can't keep quiet. But why are we here to talk about teamwork anyway? I have been mentioned as someone who has been sponsoring. I find ease with speaking to people, and I usually have ease with sharing information. So talking to someone and making them maybe understand this, except when they have a problem with understanding, could not be very difficult. So I found myself sponsoring very fast and up to executive manager. But then at a certain point, as business will require, you cannot do so much alone. And in January, I realized that I needed to go back intentionally and grow with my team. No matter how energetic or strong you may be or skilled, at a certain point in this business, you find that you need, the word is need, or you must grow with your team. You must share your energies with your team, and you must help your team probably do what you do as you do or better than you. So I have gone, when I was given this opportunity to share, I thought that it was important to understand the need to do intentional teamwork as we build this business. So I have found a number of quotations or quotes that we need to think and reflect on from people who have found this teamwork thing very important. First and foremost, what is teamwork? In a simple way, teamwork is working in collaboration. It is a process, first and foremost, of working collaboratively. These are very important words. It's a process of working, not playing, of working collaboratively with a group of people, and these people must have tools. They must have tools in order for us to have access or to achieve a common goal. So if you have a team of you, if you're just a new distributor and you have a team of you, guess what? In Neolife, you have a team of minimum of 3 people. Your team begins with you, your upline, and then maybe your next downline. But if you are alone, a new distributor, your team begins with you and your upline. So right away, you should have a collaboration of working together, you and your upline. Then those who have been able to sponsor, we then have a team of our uplines, us, and then our downlines. That is how the team shall be able to move from one step to the other. So the quotations that I want us to borrow today quickly is Henry Ford said, when everyone is moving forward, then success will take care of itself. When everybody or when every part of the team or every member of the team is moving forward, then the success of the team will look after itself. Then we have someone called Phil Jackson who said, the strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of a team is each individual member, but the strength of each member is the team. The strength of the team is each individual member, but the strength of each member is the team. I don't know how we can translate this, but you find that your strength is your team, and then your team's strength is you. Teamwork makes the dream work. That is J.C. Maxwell. Teamwork makes the dream work. So we are going to first and foremost ask ourselves, do you have a team? If you have a team, do you have a dream? Maybe if we look a little at my back, somewhere in my corridor where I pass every morning when I'm moving out or when I'm going for my prayer, I have my vision board. I don't know if it's very visible somewhere, but I have my vision board pinned on my wall. I don't know if your team members have a vision board. Do they have their dreams pinned up somewhere? Have they been able to pull out their visions, their fantasies, and they've gone ahead to Google and get these pictures and put some time and put these pictures in order of preference or in order of urgency or in order of love. So teamwork is the fuel that allows common people to attain common results. Teamwork is the fuel that allows common people achieve uncommon results. Now, I have given this a lot of attention ever since the year began. I chose to look at my team, and I was surprised at how my team looks like. This is what my team looks like as Zaituni. My team is a part of Amazing Stars. That is my upline's name for our team. But my team from me downwards, from Zaituni downwards, is called Team Neolife Sharp. We call ourselves Neolife Sharp. We are a team of 48 distributors. We have 4 managers, we have 2 senior managers, 1 executive manager, and 15 business builders, 6 active business builders, and 12 product users. That is, I'm also just discovering some of these things. And I found out that I needed to get the people who have professed that they will build this business to come and we sit. And I did this this week. I was able to put up this meeting and we sat with these guys. I was surprised at how they have a number of things that are so big kept inside them. And I found out there are so many simple things that they don't have. To the extent of someone someone doesn't have a chart, the one-on-one chart or the nutritional chart. And they really love this business. Someone has used their Pro Vitality and it is out. And yet we need to have a minimum, product of a Pro Vitality sachet in your pocket. You talk and you pull out the Pro Vitality sachet and put it on the table. So I discovered that there are so many things that my team has, and there are a few things that my team does not have that need to be taken care of very quickly. So we need to know our team. I did know that this was very important. We need to know our team. It may be as personal as they allow us, because of course you won't get into where you're closed out, but it should be to a large extent. We should know our team. What do they do? What are their challenges? What are their successes? What don't they have? What do they have? And all the things that I'm mentioning today, Ahmed is bringing me porridge here. Please go away. We are supposed to know our team members as a team. Don't worry how many you are. If you are 2, you should know those 2 guys. Agree on a team vision. We should agree on a team vision. I think it comes from the top, you know, the diamonds, and then up to sharp as the team Uganda. What is our vision? And then up to the smallest group of us. What is our vision, especially this year? When I was in Tanzania, I had a few challenges. Some of them are very interesting. We shall share them along the way. But one thing I got from the East Africa Convention last year, I first of all noticed that Ugandans were very few. And I was pacified by some people saying that is how it happens. This year you're few, and then the other year you're many. And I was like, hey, why shouldn't it be constant? Or why shouldn't we all be many? The Tanzanians many, the Kenyans many, and the rest of us many, so that the whole thing is balanced. Let us promote sharing as a team. Let us map the goals as a team. Let us ensure that we have clear communication as a team, especially the team of business builders. Let us build team relationships as a team. Everything that I mentioned here should not be done on an individual basis. It should be done as a team. All right. Now, This company has been very beautiful and very kind to us. It has given us the 4 daily success habits. And as we're building this business, when we move away from those 4 things or 3 things, then we are doing our own things. We are doing our own things, and definitely we shall get different results from what the system allows. So as a team, we are supposed to, first of all, know the 4 daily success habits. Do your team members know these 4 things? Do they know that they are supposed to use the products? I keep asking my teammates, especially the ones that are very close to me. I was having an argument, and a bitter argument with Shamim, that how can a woman in Neolife not have used Calmag? I was told to give Calmag to my son to help his bones. But again, I was told on my first one-on-one with Mr. Bugembe that when you give birth and go into your periods, you lose calcium. So I didn't need to have another one-on-one or to go to a convention or a training to be told that Zaituni, after having given birth to a number of children, you need to use Calmag. So as a team, we must use the products. As a team, ask yourself as an individual, how many of these products have you used? Actually, to me, it is even an exploration, because when I look at all the ranges, I need all of them. I want to use all of them. So right away at the beginning of the month, if we all choose to pick certain products for ourselves as an individual in the team, already the PVs are coming in. Already the business is being built. So we cannot be listening to someone who's building the business and has not picked products for at least 30 points, for yourself. And it should even, those are 100 PVs to me, should be personal products used by you and your family. But if it can't come out like that, at least a half of those 100 PVs, the personal PVs, should be your own products. Exploring, using the products, and being able to know what they what they do, and then we can develop stories out of these products. Okay, so we have as a team, we need to use those products. We must use the products. If you are a business builder, you must use the products. We need to ask our team members, how do you find care? How do you find LDC? How do you find Pro Vitality? What are the skin products that you are using, so that we can be able to be real, sharing information about things that we have been able to use and we know how well they work. Number 2 is share the product experience. Share the product experience. It is very sad if you are unable to get the smallest story. At least tell us that you have used LDC and it has washed your hands very well, because that is the minimum for me. You cannot be in this business and you don't have the smallest testimony, and you're going to tell us that you are building this, building this business, because one thing is for sure, it is out of your story that you are going to share in a beautiful and real and natural way. If you're using other people's stories, you might need me to concretize the story. People who are using, for example, Ahmad's story, you might need me to consolidate it. You might even want to call me, because someone might think that probably you have got this from Google or you have fabricated it or something. But if you have a personal story, no matter how small or funny, someone told me that care is able to chase cockroaches. Someone told me that care is able to chase dudus, munyera. Those are stories, people. Don't look for other people's stories. But as a team, whether you're 2 or 3 or 10 or 40, let us concretize these stories. Let us know what is in our team, and let us identify those strong and impactful stories that can, ably take our business forth. So I have written here that realize and acknowledge your story. Realize and acknowledge your story. Some people have stories. I found out in my team that people have beautiful, real stories, and they don't even know that they're stories, and they're not even willing to share them. Someone has a story about her mother, you will allow Ahmad to be part of this presentation. Someone has a story about them, having come over their cramps. Someone has a story of their mother who was not able to, stand up and pray, for example, in the Muslim way easily. This is a beautiful story, but the willingness or the zeal to get out and share this with people out there is lacking. So you acknowledge that this is something worthy to share with the rest of the world as a team. This is when, because to me, the story is the beginning of the business. Okay. As we are sharing, of course, we do one-on-ones. And as a team, how many one-on-ones do we want to do as a team? Because this is not individual. For example, Zaituni has a target of doing 50 one-on-ones this February. If my team of 48 people, no, actually it's not 48, it is the 15 who are business builders, were able to put together a mission of sharing around 20 one-on-ones this month. 20 one-on-ones this month times 15, that is around, is that 300? Around 300 one-on-ones. And trust me, this cannot leave us behind. So if I'm the upline and I want to do 50, and my two senior managers want to do near me or more than me, around 40, you see that the team one-on-ones are going to be as many, and definitely the distributorship is going to increase. Of course, the one-on-ones are done sometimes alone as individuals, and they are done with our uplines. New distributors, please don't go out alone. Do not talk about this business alone, because the information, the stamina is not yet up there. Let us do the teamwork, please. Identify an upline you can work with, at least for your first 5 to 10 one-on-ones, so that you can be able to start this on the best footing. I don't know how many distances we moved with Mr. Bugembe. There's a time I moved with PT Andrew. I told him this time, please, I request that we traverse Masaka Road. I remember on that day we did 6 one-on-ones, distance from Masaka Road, from Budo up to Maya. 6 one-on-ones. Oh man, but he told me that Zaituni, this is the last time this is happening. I don't know if he remembers that. But how much are you using your upline so that these one-on-ones can be done properly and they can be done in a team? Of course, we look at the business as a team. We look at the business as a team, and we look the business as a team. We look the business as a team. We don't want people who are coming into the space and you continue to look unhealthy. You continue to shake. You can't talk about yourself. You can't communicate. This is given to a person for maybe a month, but we should look the business, get into the room looking healthy, looking energetic and confident about what we are doing. Please admire, please copy, please learn. As a team, let us improve the ability to share, explain the products and the business. As a team, please ask, please admire, please learn and unlearn. Of course, we always encourage here that don't envy, don't feel bad when something is moving for somebody else. You can become better than this person. The products that can help with, let's have team knowledge about the products that can help, the products that can help specific challenges, the products that can help to make money. You can be in a presentation or in the hall, and then someone taps you, someone who has been in this business for say over 5 years, and this person is asking you that, Hajat, which products did you use to help that person with bone issues? Someone who has been in the business so far much longer than you. Please, let us get this information as a team. And I asked, what is package? These women have gone ahead and mastered the products in a package. They have Bone and Health package. They have cramps package. They have the heart package. And they know the products that are in that package, and they even know the costing. They know the costing for the customers. They know the costing on distributor level. So let us do these things as a team. Let us beef our knowledge as a team. As a team, let's get business tools. Let's get business tools. In the meeting we had this week with my Ruby director, Shamim, we identified over 14 must-have tools. Over 14 must-have tools. But the basic tools, one, as a team, ensure that your people have what they have. They must have the Pro Vitality sachet. They must have the one-on-one or the nutritional chart. They must have a few products they move around with. At least have your carton of Calmag. You have your carton of zinc or something, so that when you're talking, you have these the mixing bottles with your cleaning products. My upline has brown rice that he brings out, and everybody looks like it's coming from China direct. People don't know these things. You talk about whole grain and they don't know. So let's have the application form. Let us have the price list. Let us have the catalog, the product catalog, and there are over 12 tools that we must be moving around with. So when you see Zaituni with her backpack on her back, hey, those are tools that we are moving around with. A strong team is equipped with working tools. A strong team is equipped with working tools. You cannot have team members that don't have tools and expect them to do the work. As a team, please, don't worry how many you are, share your challenges as a team. Share your challenges as a team. Share your successes and achievements as a team, okay? If you have anything that has happened, if there's a product that has worked, share with your upline. Mr. Bugembe, my dad's prostate is at 4.4, okay? And then we see what we can use this information for the whole, or the bigger team. And if you have a challenge, you share it with me. If I cannot, overcome it, if I cannot, go over it, I'll ask someone who is above me. I'll call Mam Kanakulia. I'll call Dad Kana. I'll call everybody. I'll even send a text to Dr. Nambaziira in South Africa so that we can be able to answer this question. So the challenges and achievements are shared as a team. And as a team, let us sponsor. Just sponsor, because that is the basic of the team building. It actually is where the team comes from. Because if I hadn't sponsored the people that I have so far, the 45 people, then probably I wouldn't be able to identify the 15 business builders that we are probably going to work closely with this year. Those 15 people are going to Dar es Salaam with me. That is one of my goals. I'm going to that convention with those people or more. So as a team, once again, let us do follow-up. Let us follow up. Let us do follow-up. Your upline should be able to ask you, the other person that we saw, what are they up to? The other person who did this, what are they up to? The other person who started on the cancer program, what is up? It is a big job. It is work. It is consistency. It is a lot of, growth for you as an upline, but we must follow up our people so that we can be able to identify more customers and identify more business builders. And of course, number 4, we are trying to move the 4 success, the success habits into a team, using them as a team. So we have team development. Remember, the 4th success habit is personal growth or personal development. Now, today we are choosing to do it as a team. We don't want to grow alone. You don't want to grow alone. It's kind of heavy when you're the only person who knows. It's kind of heavy when you're the only person who is a star. I think Ahmed acknowledges that this is his space. Let's get knowledge and skills together. And as fast as possible, let's get the knowledge and the skills together as fast as possible. I understand and appreciate that there are people here who have been in this business and they regret having, the people that didn't get the information they have today then. There are a number of people we are going to lose because they didn't get the information as quickly as they got the kit. Okay, so when you get your distributor and you give them their kit, please ensure that at least they know what is in the kit. At least they know that they have a magazine or a catalog that is going to show them a more visual, impression of the products, and they are going to get more information about the products that you've not even been able to tell them about. Encourage them to enjoy this information. Let the distributor know that they have a back office. Let them understand that they have an ID, that they can purchase the rest of the products, at ease and anytime. Let them understand that they have a price list. Let them understand that the bag is theirs to keep. Mr. Bugembe, when I got my kids, the next time I was meeting him, I came posing with my bag, the Neolife bag. Somehow me, I enjoy these things. So he tapped me a little and he told me, Zaituni, don't move around with that bag. Not everybody needs to know that you're from Neolife. And I was like, hey, but why did you give me the bag? He told me that bag is to keep our documents. So let's help these guys that come into this business understand the list as fast as the day they get their kit. Put them in the groups for the daily, trainings. Let's put our people. If we can give them a warm welcome of, say, a photo sharing, like some of us are able to do once in a while. Let this lady or gentleman come in with a photo. Let the upline, introduce him. The members who see a new member, let's welcome these people as soon as possible. And this should be done as a team. Remind the teams to attend the trainings. Remind the teams to attend the trainings, physical and virtual. And of course, as a team leader, you should be the first to be there. At least ensure that you're represented. Ensure that you're the first to be there. When we are in a physical meeting, please, the front line should be you or one of your team members on the front line, because that information should be coming handy. And the team should sit at the front and should come early for events as a team, not one person, because if the less of the team, the less the results. And share the learnings, share the recordings, the literature with the team. Watch business videos, share the videos that you have found as a team. Let us all learn. Let us also ensure that we learn and read. We read about the networking business, about the Neolife business as a team. So one of the things that I hope to do as I wind up, I hope to have a reading day of a designated or a chosen book. I thought we could do it as a Neolife. We maybe shall discuss it with PT. We need to have a book that we choose and we read it together. It doesn't matter whether we read it in a year, it's okay. But whatever line we pick out of a book is a skill that we should have chosen. I'm so glad and honored for this opportunity. I want to stop here and by telling myself and everybody who is listening in that whatever you can't do with people, learn it. This is a relationship business. This is a business of goodwill. This is a business of good intention. This is a business of getting out into the field, of getting out into our people, revisiting our families, revisiting our friends, and reconnecting with them. This is a business of working together, and it's a business of giving our people our hearts. We have an opportunity of probably worshiping our Creator in a more beautiful way. I want to wind up with a quotation from Prophet Muhammad. He said that the body is made of organs. The body is made up of so many organs. And all the organs are supposed to be well, as small as your nail, as small as your eye, as small as a pimple on your face. The whole body is going to be unwell. I know if Zaitun has chosen to build this business, if Zaitun is unwell, Neolife as a company will not be well. Thank you very much for listening to me. I beg to stop here.
It's quite inspiring, interesting, and I think the wrap up has been very good. It's the simplest way I think you can define teamwork to everyone. If any part of the let's work as a team. For those who are not in a team and you've chosen to just stay on the side as part of a group, get out of the group and get into the team. Let's make work simpler for all of us, because as you've had the works to the success that we get from our teams. And if we don't have team yet, let's build the teams. Clearly, if you have decided to become a business builder in your life, then you actually need the team. You can't go far without the team. Let's also have the team targets so that we know that by this time, our team will be doing this. By this time, I need my team to be doing ABC. Let's make the team targets and follow up. And so much, there's so much Zaitun has said. I hope we've listened in clearly. We are always happy to share this again and again and again, but please pick the lessons and apply them. Now, I know we don't have too much time. I would like to call another member of the team who will briefly take us through children's health. Again, as Amazing Stars, we are blessed. Amazing Stars, and then Neolife Sharp, we are blessed to have a team player who has developed her business in a very short period of time to senior manager. We're also blessed that this particular lady is also a doctor. You know, when you get the doctor to start understanding nutrition, then you have actually done a very good job. So I want to welcome Shamim. Please come on and take us through briefly. Shamim is traveling, just in case her network is not very stable, but she has promised that she'll try to make sure she takes us through. Please come on, tell us very briefly about your story. We have about maybe 25 minutes, actually 20, and then you can also share with us your experience and educate us further in this area. Thank you very much.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning, everyone on the call. I'm so grateful to be part of Neolife. My name is Shamim Nassuna. I'm a nurse. I'm a farmer. Right now, I'm just traveling to the village, of course, to see what is there. Yes, Neolife is really a good place to be. I'm married with 3 children. I have 2 boys and 1 beautiful girl. Neolife phoned me when I was home doing parenting and doing my rearing of chicken. Where did Neolife find me? I found Neolife with Zaituni. Of course, you know Zaituni with Ahmed. After hearing Zaituni's story about Ahmed and how Ahmed improved, I also my mom almost she had almost a similar problem with this kid. My mom was too weak. By the time I found out Neolife, my mom had just had an operation. It was all about with digestional complications, and She was really, I said, no, I have to take my mom there. Immediately, we are organized, and Zaituni organized a meeting, Andrew. When I met Andrew, we talked. Then at the end of the day, we got some products to help my mom. My mom used Pro Vitality, CalMag, Full Motion, and she added on Neolife Shake later. After 2 weeks, she was really able to move here and there. After finding that, I went back to Zaituni and I told Hariel I need to be part of this. We met Mr. Bugembe again for business launch. We did it very well with Mr. Bugembe. Then that's where I started from. Today my topic is going to be on children's health. Very, very important. But what I realized that every child's health starts with the family. It starts with the family health. How? Before even thinking about getting a child, this starts with this. It starts with preconceptional care. Preconceptional care is that care a lady and a gent undergo before conceiving. Before conceiving, there is a care. You have to meet a guy or a doctor and you talk about conceiving. In conceiving, there is a lot of things people always do, or doctors always recommend, and among them, there is supplement. You have to supplement your body and prepare it to carry the coming baby. The second thing, when you conceive, when you're lucky and you conceive, of course, there is antenatal care you have to do so that you keep what you carry healthier. And antenatal care is supposed to be a hospital 8 times. And if you're lucky enough and you reach term is reaching 9 months, you prepare your mind, yourself, your family to receive and welcome this baby. When you receive the baby, of course, among the things you prepare yourself to, as a mother, you have to prepare, and a father, you have to prepare your mind and yourself to breastfeed. Breastfeeding is very crucial for health of one's kid. Breast milk contains a lot of things a baby is in need of. So every mother on this group and a father, you have to prepare yourself for breastfeeding. Then from there, you have to do vaccination or immunization. So many people these days, they tend to do vaccination, but they do it partly. When a child reaches 6 months, they tend to stop there and they only value the injection and they ignore the supplement bit of it. If you look at the immunization card, there is a supplementation area where you have to supplement your kid, but people tend to ignore and they don't look at it. Then from there, how can we see that our child are healthier and happier in this 2023 as a mission for Neolife? First of all, there are 3 things we have to look at. We have hygiene, rest, exercise, and diet. Hygiene is general cleanliness. And among the components of hygiene, I only quoted 2. We have environment and the body. What things are we using to clean our environment? Are they toxic? Are they toxic substance or non-toxic? Good enough and lucky enough, Neolife has good cleaning products, which everyone on this call and outside need to use. I'm going to talk about care on Neolife. Every lady, every home is supposed to have care to see that the environment where our kids and we ourselves spend a lot of time is a clean environment. Everything starts with clean environment. In environment, that's where diseases causing organisms stay. At least use care. Be with care for protecting your children from diseases causing organisms, especially those ones which comes from the 4Fs. I know everyone hit the 4Fs. The 4Fs, to remind you, my friends, it's the food, fingers, fries, and feces. That's a very big area in causing diseases to us. And from there, let me spot out feces. Why everyone should have care in a home to protect the children is feces is the causing organ. Feces contains a normal flora called E. coli. E. coli is the one which causes UTI, for your information, you people. And everyone has that normal flora in the DIT. So I take this opportunity to tell each and everyone to use care. When you go for short go, for long go, please you go with care to prevent this E. coli. If we make a topic on E. coli, on UTI, you people, you can appreciate how dangerous this organism is. So to protect the young ones, the one we put in diapers and pampers for a long period of time without removing, we mothers, we tend to be very busy. And we end up spending, leaving our kids like 2 hours when that kid has done like, has made the pamper like dirty, then you keep postponing, let me finish this, let me do this. After then, you end up causing UTI to young kids. By the way, for your information, if you go to the hospital, we have young girls, young babies having UTIs. So I encourage each and every person on this call to go on and use care. Care in your home should be part of your life. Not only in that side of toilet, even in washing babies' utensils. Please, specifically for babies, at least use care or LDC. Please, to protect them against those dangerous organs because their body are vulnerable. So the second thing, please use LDC to wash the fruits and vegetables. Give one laundry to prevent irritations on their skin. Use at least PCC for bathing them. Then another thing, hygiene, of course, it's a lot. Let me end there on hygiene, then we go to rest. As a human being, we people, we need to rest, and also children need to rest. Children need resting such that their brains, children who doesn't sleep the whole day, and for the parents, they're like, oh, my baby doesn't sleep. Wow, it's a mess. Please take your initiative to see that at least a baby, at least your child, sleep during day, such that the body rests and the brain rests to grow. When your baby doesn't sleep, what do you do? In Neolife, Neolife is which helps your baby to rest, to have a quiet time. Instead giving this baby omega-3, the D I knew about omega-3. And right now, my baby, wow, is growing very fast. I can't tell when I imagine my baby. It's really amazing. So when it comes to resting, children have that, give them that calm, quiet, comfortable place to sleep. Until when it comes to babies, they have certain hours of sleeping. Even for elder people, they have. If you have 28 days after giving birth, when a child is not yet 28 days, that one is a neonate. They are supposed to sleep 22 to 18 hours. Please see that the babies are resting enough so that their body can grow well. Everyone needs exercise. Even if babies, they need exercise. These days, people no longer take care of their babies to see whether they are exercising or not. You can take a kid to school. From school, you put them inside, give them taps, watch TV without doing any exercise. That's why these days we have children with small ages having diabetes, pressure. They are there on the diabetic clinic. And you people, please take that initiative to make sure that your kids exercise. Then lastly, we have diet. This is a mess. Diet these days, we working ladies and working fathers, we have malnourished kids. If you want to realize, here in Uganda, we have a center in Mulago called Mwana Mujimu. If you want real to see how this is real a mess, go to Mwana Mujimu. You find there are kids who are real malnourished. They are looking miserably. Their weight is too low. Really, if you reach Mwanamgimu, and when you ask the fathers and mothers, they are not there because they can't be in such a place where there are such kids, and they can't take that blame to face doctors and others in face of leaving this baby alone. And Neolife has done this very well. Neolife has put each and everything on table. If you feel you can't give that kid enough, and really we can't, please supplement. Neolife has good products in space to use instead of losing your kid, instead of being admitted, instead of fearing to face the challenges. Please let us bridge and gap those those gaps we cannot fill. As two pyramids, where I'm going to start, it has the whole pyramid chart. When you look at that chart, also kids are looked at. Where there is, of course, this health pyramid chart, down there is exercise. As I've said, exercise is really very important to each and every person is whole. The second phase, there is whole grain. Whole grain is the one which gives energy to our body, where there is yin. For the case of children, put their Vita squares. Please supplement your kids with Vita squares such that their cells are able to take in what you have given and to take out what is not necessary. Then in another phase, there is fruits and vegetables. In fruits and vegetables, they have given kids Vita Guard. Please use the Vita Guard to boost children's immunity. Another column, there is proteins. Where there is proteins, we can't give our kids enough proteins to their body because their body are just growing up. They need a lot. So to bridge that gap, please let us put their Neolife shake, which can help. Okay. Then the fats and sugars, omega-3. If you look at this pyramid, we really need to supplement our babies and our children at home to keep them healthier and happier in this year and other years to come. I request to end here. My friends, where I've gone long, please. I'm still new. Do the addition. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you so much, Shamim. It was great knowledge that you shared there. I'm sure we picked a lot, especially we who are not in the medical field. We now know what causes some of the things we actually see presenting themselves in our children, but also in ourselves. So I don't think we can emphasize the need to use products, members, or fellow distributors. Actually, we need to always question ourselves. If you are a distributor and you actually are not using these products, or you do not know how these products are working, I think it's something to change in this year. We need to really use products, and because the minute you don't know how a product works, then you're not going to be able to to explain to another person. It's that simple. You can't explain what you don't know how to use. Of course, you will not use all the products in 1 month, but as we go, we keep learning and learning. And also the reason why one of our success habits is to participate in trainings and listen to other people's stories and experiences. If there's a product I do not know or I have not used, when another person shares, I'm able to pick up the skill and also to understand it and be able to explain it to another person. But let's purpose to use a product and even explore, understand, at least say I'm going to try and use a new product every month. I personally do that, and I'm like, okay, I have heard about cruciferous, I'm going to use it. So that when someone asks me, and the questions will be very simple for one to know if you actually know what you're doing or not. They will ask you, what is the dosage? Now, if you have never used it, or how do I take them? What is the application? If you have never used it, you will fail to give a response to that. Someone might ask you, is it okay for me to chew a TRNN? It is that simple, and that simple question can either make you get a prospect on board or actually lose the prospect. All right, I want to thank Shamim and Zaituni for what they have shared. I see we are running out of time, but maybe very briefly, I request that just 5 minutes so that I can hand over to Mr. Bugembe. How do we prepare for one-on-ones, or what are one-on-ones? If we have people who are very new here, very new distributors, you might not know what a one-on-one is, but a one-on-one is an approach we are using in Neolife to share the opportunity, to share knowledge, to interest people, and inform them about Neolife, to create awareness, basically. Now, when someone gets that awareness, they then build that desire or get the passion to be part of Neolife as either as product users or as advocates who are going to share the information with other people on our behalf in spaces that we are known. So a one-on-one close, just the two of you, or sometimes it could be a third person. The reason why we want to do a one-on-one is because when you're meeting me as an individual, I am more comfortable and I'm able to share my, we talk closely, and maybe we do not hold back as much, and there's less distraction. Because if I'm sharing with a group of people, they might have different views about something, and they might disrupt or confuse a certain message that you're trying to pass on to another person. So we try to make these one-on-ones as brief as possible because we are in environmental spaces where people are quite precise but to the point, and have it be very impactful. So a one-on-one is a sharing, a discussion about the business, what it has done for you, what the products are, the benefits it has, but in a space of 30 minutes or slightly more, but not really long. Why do we do the one-on-ones? It's to try and make the person appreciate what Neolife is all about, what it has to offer, what it has done to you, what it has done for other people, and what benefits are there. So I will not talk about how you schedule the one-on-ones. We have, I think, had sessions on that, but we could have more if the need is there. But I want specifically dive into, so how do you prepare for the one-on-one? I'm talking to now distributors. You have a prospect, you have informed them, that is the assumption that about the meeting. You have, perhaps you're going to work with an upline or a team member in this one-on-one, so you're 3. You've heard about the principle of watatu. It's used in the army. In the army, you don't work alone. For very simple reasons, if you're to get attacked, you're going to have backup. Or if something happens to you, you're beaten by something, then you're going to have the help. So it applies here as well, that at all times in the army, you should always, whether you're walking, going to have a meal, you should always be in 3s. So that principle, we also apply it in your life. It's not a must that you have to be 3, you can be 2. But the purpose of being 3 in a one-on-one is that I am the distributor. I have invited the prospect, who is the second person in this case. I also now have requested my upline or my teammate. It could even be a downline. If it's an upline, they are going to help you in transferring knowledge, in sharing their experience, because they've been in this business, perhaps for a longer time than you have been. If it's a downline, you perhaps want them to learn how to do the one-on-one, how to share information, and so on and so forth. So we always encourage that we are 3, but you can also be 2, just you and the prospect. So on the assumption that all those things are in place, how then do we prepare? First of all, you start by confirming the people supposed to be part of the one-on-one, that you're telling them the right time, all of them, you harmonize the time, that they are aware and that they have confirmed. Okay, so we are going to meet on Saturday at 11 a.m. That is the confirmation. They all say yes. In the event that any of them is not able to make it, please remember to inform the other so that you change the time or the day for that particular one-on-one. Now, after you have done that, you need to establish or look for a suitable venue. And by suitable, I mean this venue is also in line with the person you're meeting. What kind of people are they? And that's why you need to understand your prospect or the person you're bringing for the one-on-one. What kind of places relate with them? You're not going to get someone, okay, let me use from the Muslim community and take them to a place where it's all surrounded by bars and all that. They will not be happy. They will not be comfortable in that environment. Okay, so the place needs to be clean. It needs to be calm because you need a lot of concentration in this 30 minutes. It needs to match up to the prospect, like I've said, or measure up. It should not be extravagant, and it should be within your means. Don't put one-on-ones in places where you're going to have to spend very highly and you're not able to afford that. It will actually come back to bite you. You will not want to do this again because you'll have spent a lot of money and all that. Go to a simple place, keep it simple, just a bottle of water, but the place should really be comfortable for all of you. So once you have identified a suitable venue, you communicate it in good time so that both the prospect, the uplines, or the team member are all aware about the venue. And try as much as possible. Please try as much as possible. I know sometimes you get caught up to be on time. Okay, to be on time. Try to be the first person there, please. It's really not good when the prospect or the upline gets there before you. It's really not good. Then secondly, prepare yourself appropriately. I think Zaituni mentioned some of these things, but prepare yourself appropriately. First of all, have a very good profile and understanding about the person. because as you share, you want to touch the things about this person, not so directly, but then they will actually listen in more because it will relate to them. Do they have any health challenge that you're aware about? Do they have children that maybe you're going to focus on children's health? Are they these kind of people who are naturally business builders that you're going to lean more to the business side? So what kind of people are they? Are they people who are naturally very controversial that you need to find very tactical ways of bringing this topic out to them? Are they so closed in that maybe you need something to demonstrate and make something to break the ice? So you need to understand the person. Then that's part of the preparation. You also do this profile, a brief profile about the person, and share with your upline, because you want your upline to come and they even know maybe a bit about the person or the name of the person. You don't want your upline to come in and they are guessing. They don't have enough information. So after you've prepared yourself and your upline to meet this prospect, then prepare the tools. The tools are very, very important. Extremely important. But the first thing you need to prepare, the tool you need, that I find even myself was hard for me, but also my teammates sometimes, is your story. You need to share your story. You need to understand your story, however brief the story is. I reached a point at a time and I had to change my story. And I think it happened to some people because if you've been using the products and they've done many things, you've had Zaituni, she has the story of Ahmed. Now she has another story. So you need to have that story. And you can even have a supplementary story, like you talk about Ahmed, and then you say, and then after, amazingly, these products also helped my dad. He was challenged like this. And as in a matter of just a month or two, we are seeing this difference and we are very excited. So you need to learn how to share the story. I've had people who have told me, but I don't have a story. That's impossible. If you have used the products, and that's why we emphasize use the product. If you've used the products, there is no way you can't fail to have a story. If you have not used the products directly, which I wouldn't recommend, by the way, use the story of your relative, of your mother, for whom you gave the products. But it's very important that you use the story, your own story, and use the products. And don't be shy. Some of us have used the products. The products have helped us, but we just can't come out to say this story because either it's about sexual vitality, or it's about menstruation and how the cramps were able to go, or it's about, please, there is no story that is actually shaming. You know why? Because so many people out there are going through the same thing. So many people, and they want to hear and learn from you and give and get hope that they're actually going to get out of this. So many people. I've met so many women and they're telling me, my God, Stella, those days I used to, as very, very active sexually. Now, as age comes in, I'm not able to do this. And so when you share with them what can help them, they are happy. That's why the one-on-one is important. You're up and close, you're discussing, and of course, be very keep confidentiality, by the way, very critical. Very critical. In Neolife, one of our core values is integrity. So keep it as confidential as possible. Do not share, please, things that are really personal out there. Use your story if you want to get personal, because that's you don't mind, but for other people, no. Okay, the other tools that you need apart from your story is the dream chart. That one is very helpful, quite affordable. Please get one. Without it, it gets a bit hard. Have a notebook and a pen. Be attentive. Now, I've seen what people in one-on-ones, there's an upline, and they think it's the upline to handle this. They are on the phone, they are distracted, they get up out of the meeting and walk and go wherever. I think that is quite disrespectful to both the prospective and the upline. So when you have dedicated 30 minutes, and that's part of the preparation, come when you're ready for the 30 minutes. If you must use the washroom before, use it so that in those 30 minutes, you're in one space and focused. So let's focus. Write down. Let me tell you why it's important to write down. Some of the people we meet today are going to come back 6 months down the road and say, just remind me the products we talked about. What had I expressed interest in? Now, just imagine if you had not written and keep the records. What will you say? That I don't remember, that please remind me? No. So let's be very attentive. Let's write down everything, even what you think is not useful in that meeting. Just write it. Just write it. The guidance being given by your upline in that meeting, write it. Write it so that you are able to reference it in future. Okay. Have a price list. There will always be questions on prices. It is just not possible that you'll get out of a one-on-one without being asked a question on the prices. So have your prices, have the products. Please have the products, 1 or 2 or 3. Demonstrate by taking those products. Have the chewables so that it's easy to demonstrate. Give out one at least. You cannot move anywhere without the probability sachet. It's quite impossible. I don't know people who don't have them. I don't know how you manage. It would be a nice thing for you to share with us, but have it on you. It's not heavy. It's I don't understand why people just walk and you're a distributor and you're actually part of Neolife and you attend the trainings and you just cannot have any product or at least a probability sachet on you. For the people who are already getting some money in the business, have your pay slips or those of your upline so that you demonstrate that this is possible, it's real, the payments actually come through. That is where you're going to capture from the business builders or people who want to actually invest time in this business to make money. Be branded. Be branded. You in that meeting, you need to have something that shows you're part of Neolife. I work with my shake when I'm going for the one-on-ones. Even when I'm going to a restaurant, I will work with my shake, buy for the prospect water. I will tell the restaurant that I will take my shake. And this shows them that actually this is real. Have a badge, a pin on you, a distributor pin, senior manager. Have the dream chat has Neolife as well, but have some level of brand around you and be proud. You see, if you cannot be proud to be part of something, then you'll not be able to do it. Be proud that you're part of Neolife and show it visibly. Have your pin on you at all times, whichever pin you have, it doesn't matter. And the good thing is very bright green. So when you put it on different colors, red and what, it will stand out and people will ask you the question, what's that? I don't wear brooches so much anymore. I wear my pins and I'm proud to wear them. Have the product catalog and so on. I can see we are running out of time. Let me just, maybe 2 more minutes. Prepare the sitting arrangements. Sit, be deliberate to make sure that as you're having the one-on-one, you're ensuring there's going to be a lot of concentration. Don't let the prospect face the side where there's so much movement, there are cars all over, there is noise. No. Now abstract that by you facing that side and let the prospect face the wall or the side that is not where there is no distraction. It will help and help a lot. Put your phones in silence, please. Like we said, we need to be very, very attentive during that time. And then take notes and reflect after every one-on-one. What went well? What did go well? What have I done? What can I do better? So that from the one-on-one that you have today, tomorrow, and the other day, you actually perform better each day in and out at the ones that are going to come in future. And then let's learn. We need to purpose to learn. I also struggled with this. Sometimes you just want someone to be by your side as you have in the one-on-ones, but let's learn to let go. It is not as easy as I'm saying it. Our uplines are quite very, very busy. They are very busy. So at some point, we need to give them a bit of breathing space. So let's do what? Let's learn. Let's learn how to do these things. Then you need to look smart as you're coming for the one-on-ones. You cannot go for the one-on-one and even just by looking at you, the person is not believing that these products work. So purpose to look nice, purpose to look beautiful, stand out at all times, and I mean at all times, so that the person, at least if they are not compelled by what you're saying, they are going to look at you, you look and feel, and they're like, wow, if I wish I would look like her, I wish I would be just like her, so that, and then they will say, perhaps this person is this way because of Neolife. So be the product of the product. Look Neolife, speak Neolife, walk Neolife, let Neolife define you in all ways. We want to sincerely thank you so much for listening to us as amazing stars. I will want to wind up by appreciating my teammates who are on this call. I'll start with Zaituni. Kakyama, our executive manager, thank you so much for sharing beautifully on teamwork. We really are learning a lot from you. I want to thank Shamim Nassuna, also teaching us a lot on the health side, okay? And helping us tap into those spaces where people want to know a bit of detail. I want to thank you, Daya, who is also with us on call. Thanks a lot for being with us. She's also one of us, a senior manager. I want to thank Stephen Cheganwa, a manager with us. I want to also thank Christine Tino, who is a distributor and a very good product user. I think she went in for weight management. Starting with that, I think he has demonstrated what it means to build a team, to support people to grow. And I'm sure he's proud of us because we have not disappointed him. We have purpose to do this. And we want to thank all our other uplines, because all the time you're calling mom, you're asking Dr. Eseza this, you're asking Joseph for this help, you're talking to MRK, our Jaja Hamim, and we are very proud of our uplines, our Jaja Hamim and Margaret Kajimu. We really love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Margaret, love you. The list is endless, and that's the social capital I talked about that you get in Neolife. You will not find it elsewhere. Even if you went to school with so many people, they will get exhausted. But here, the spaces are wide and they are international, so you can't exhaust. And we want to thank God above all, because we can just choose to do much, but then God makes it actually happen. So that was it from us. We want to share more, but I'm sure we shall be given an opportunity next time. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Welcome. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Morning Star. Thank you very much, Amazing Stars. We are excited and we are grateful for the session you've shared with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we shall definitely be hearing from Dr. Eseza. She'll be our presenter tomorrow, together with a gentleman all the way from Nairobi, Isaac Ndugu, who will be our guest of the day. So to everyone on the call this morning, thank you very much for your attendance, and let's keep growing, let's keep learning. We shall eventually get there. May God bless you, and have a nice weekend.